And today I put every NBA player on the team that they started on, not drafted on, because there's a little bit of a difference. Because Donovan Mitchell didn't start on the Jazz, he started on the Nuggets, and then other players got drafted and they got traded on trade night. So the teams that they did start on, we're gonna do two sims and see what teams win. And there are definitely some real bad teams out there now that I've done this, but there are also some amazing teams out there. Philadelphia is kind of decent. They're all right now. They have Christian Wood, they have Joel Embiid, they have Drew Holiday, they have Tyrese Maxey. And Joel Embiid no longer has Harden anymore. Harden is on OKC Thunder. They also have Vucevic, Ben Simmons is back, and Jeremy Grant is there as well. Milwaukee Bucks, they are absolutely horrible. They have Giannis, Tobias Harris, and Malcolm Brogdon, and that is it. I do not see the. I only did players that are above an 80 overall, or also take forever for me to do everything. So obviously DeMarcus Cousins didn't start his career on the Bucks, but I only did 80 overall and above. Giannis, Tobias Harris, and Malcolm Brogdon are on the Bucks. Look at the Bulls team now. They have Jimmy Butler back here. They have Wendell Carter here. They have Derrick Rose. Bobby Portis is back here from the Bucks. This team, it's probably not gonna do the greatest, but definitely does look nostalgic. Having Derrick Rose, Bobby Portis, Jimmy Butler, and Wendell Carter all back on the same team. The Cavaliers, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving reunite. And that's all that really happened here with the Cavs. They still have Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Ricky Rubio obviously started, but he is not an 80 overall. So this Cavs team looking pretty good. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are still on the same team on the Celtics. They don't really get anything different. They have Terry Rozier. Have they always had Terry Rozier? No, they've not. So Terry Rozier is back from Charlotte and onto the Celtics, and that's really all that happened there with the Celtics. Clippers, they are not good. They are really not good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that is the only person who's above an 80 overall. Kawhi Leonard is gone. Paul George is gone. The Clippers are a little bit in a disaster zone right now. Memphis Grizzlies, basically everything stayed the same. Mike Conley is back in Memphis, where he spent most of his career. Kyle Lowry is back in Memphis, which I did not know he played a little bit in Memphis, and he played 2 years in Memphis. Did not know that. Honestly, I had no idea. So he's back in Memphis, and that's basically all I have here. We have Memphis and Mike Conley back on the same team, both point guards. Probably not going to be the greatest team. The Hawks, Al Horford is back, and that's basically it. Al Horford is back on this team. Honestly, they needed a center, so it's not that bad. They lost Clint Capella because he's back on the Rockets. So Hawks looking pretty decent. Miami Heat, they look absolutely awful. They lost Jimmy Butler, and that's about it. But now they have their best player gone, so their best player now is Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Victor Oladipo. Not a good team. Hornets, nothing changed here at all. Miles Bridges, Melo Ball. That's basically nothing changed here at all, to be honest. As for the Utah Jazz, Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert is back. And honestly, I don't think Cavs fans will like this, or Utah Jazz fans will like this, because the Utah Jazz is playing amazing without Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Kind of surprising. Gordon Hayward is back here as well, who played, obviously, majority of his career in Utah. Sacramento Kings, Tyrese Halliburton is back here from Indiana. He was here for a year and a half, and we put him right back in. He's back in Sacramento. Fun stuff. New York Knicks, they have Kristaps Porzingis back. Knicks fans, let me know what you feel about this. I don't know if you guys like Kristaps. If you do, I'm pretty sure you guys hate him, but he's back on your team nonetheless. And that's all that happened with the Knicks. Look at the Lakers team. This looks different. Lakers, this is a lot of nostalgia right here. No LeBron James, no Anthony Davis, and no Russell Westbrook. You have Brandon Ingram, you have Lonzo Ball, Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, and Kyle Kuzma. This team actually dropped a lot of good players, but they traded a lot of that away and gave up a lot for Anthony Davis. Feels bad. As for the Orlando Magic, nothing changed here at all. Franz Wagner still here. Nothing changed here with the Magic. As for the Mavericks, nothing changed here at all, except we have Jalen Brunson back from the Knicks. I'm not a Mavericks fan, will be happy about that because he's not playing the greatest, or the Mavericks aren't doing the greatest without him. Jalen Brunson's doing very good in the Knicks, so proud of him. The Nets, this team looks pretty different. They have Brook Lopez back and they have Jared Allen back, so they have two big men right there. Don't know how they're going to decide who plays the center position, or if they're going to put one power forward, or no, they're probably going to put one off the bench. Brook Lopez will come off the bench. Jared Allen will start. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., nothing changed here at all. Indiana Pacers, Paul George is back here, and that's basically all about that. Paul George is back here with Indiana, who obviously spent majority of his starting career, put up really good numbers, except for his rookie, only put up 8 points. But very good, decent Pacers team right there. They have Chris Duarte, decent team right there. Pelicans, Anthony Davis and Chris Paul, and Zion Williamson and Herbert Jones. This could be a very good team. These three players right here, Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, Zion Williamson, they could do something really good in the league. Pistons. Chris Middleton did play for the Pistons 1 year. I did not know that. Let me know if you knew that below. I did not know that. That's all that happened there with the Pistons. They get Chris Middleton. I guess you can remember that. Yep, you got again. Could be this team. Raptors. DeMar DeRozan's back in town with Valanciunas. He's also back, and Norman Powell is back as well. So, Raptors fans, DeMar DeRozan is back in town. Played obviously a lot of his career in Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas, did he play a lot in Toronto? He actually did play a lot in Toronto. He didn't play when they won the championship though, so it feels bad. And Norman Powell, part of that championship team as well. Houston Rockets, James Harden isn't here because he obviously started at OKC. They have Clint Capella, and that's all he got. They still have Jalen Green and Jabari Smith, so still a decent team. Would be building in the future, but this is obviously Sim, so we will never know. Spurs, Kawhi Leonard is back, and that is about it. So this Kawhi will have to carry this entire Spurs team, but I doubt that's going to happen because you can't do everything by yourself. Pistons. Phoenix Suns, nothing changed at all. They literally nothing changed at all. Nothing's different here. They lost Chris Paul, and that's it. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the big three, or I guess the big two, because Russell Westbrook is down here at a 79 overall. Feels bad. I decided to put him on the Thunder, even though it was on 80 overall, because I don't know, it just feels like I had to do that, reunite them. But they have Kevin Durant, they have James Harden. Could be a very good team with Sabonis is also back here as well, and Josh Giddey and Steven Adams back here as well. This team has a lot of good players. This team could definitely win the championship. Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards is back. Andrew Wiggins is back. He left Golden State. Feels bad for Golden State. Zach LaVine is also back. This team also is very good. They have Kevin Love, Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Edwards, Zach LaVine, and Karl-Anthony Towns. That team could do something very good. Portland Trail Blazers, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum reunite. Houston Rockets is still here, and that's everything that happened there. Warriors, they got Harrison Barnes back, but in return, they lost Andrew Wiggins. So definitely not the greatest for the Golden State Warriors. They probably won't win the championship, but we will see. And the Wizards, nothing happened here. They have everything. They lost Kristaps Porzingis, though, so they got even worse, which they know is possible. And they lost Kyle Kuzma. So they have a real bad team, and let's see how the sim goes. And wrapping up the NBA season, I did decide to go with the Thunder to spectate. They went 54-27 unless they win this game, which they do, so they go 55-27. MVP goes to Luka Doncic, averaging 38.6, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, basically, 1.7 steals, and shooting 50, 40, not 90 because he did not shoot 90% for the free throw. Rookie of the year goes to Paolo, gets 20 points, 48%, 74, 30, not bad for the rookie. Sixth man of the year goes to Anthony Edwards, so he's playing off the bench, which is kind of surprising. It's 19 points off the bench. Pretty good off the bench for Anthony Edwards. Defensive player of the year goes back to Gobert after leaving the Jazz. He goes back to the Jazz and wins defensive player of the year. Doesn't hit a single three. Most improved player goes to Jordan McLaughlin. That's very surprising. 6.4 points per game. And coach of the year goes to Chris Finch, who I don't even know what coach that guy is for. First All-NBA first, if you know the people who care about this, Luka LaMelo makes All-NBA first. He has 23 points. Not bad. Giannis gets 33. LeBron goes back to the Cavs, starts doing this thing again. And then we got this team. Paul George is over here after 26. Look at him go. Steph Curry over here, 25 points. Trae Young, 26. And then all defensive first team, Paul George makes as well. And as for the season standings, what teams did not make the playoffs? What teams did make the playoffs? So the teams that did not make the playoffs, the Phoenix Suns, went 28-62. What? I mean, I guess Devin Booker leaves and everything goes horrible there. Devin Booker averaged 24 points per game. Jay Crowder averaged 6. Mikal Bridges averaged 6. Cameron Payne averaged 12. DeAndre Jordan, how did you do? 16. I mean, I guess that's tough. That's tough for DeAndre. That's very tough. Sacramento Kings didn't do good. Rockets didn't do good either, even though they got Clint Capella back. The Lakers did very bad, which is kind of surprising. Well, they didn't do very bad. They were 4 wins out of a playoff spot. D'Angelo Russell. I mean, that team was pretty good to me. I don't know about you, but that team was pretty good to me. Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant doesn't care. This team didn't even change it all. They didn't even make the playoffs. What the heck? John Morant still averaged 25. Jaren Jackson averaged 16. I mean, fair. I guess the Grizzlies just didn't do it this year. The Clippers made the playoffs somehow, even with having a horrible team. Shai Gilgeous got 22 points. I'm surprised that Memphis didn't even make it. Dallas Mavericks barely made it. Portland, Golden State is in the play-in. Minnesota did the best in the conference with Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, and Karl-Anthony Towns, with Anthony Edwards coming off the bench. I mean, I feel like he should be maybe playing poker. I don't know. Oklahoma City Thunder did pretty good as well. 55-27. As for the Eastern Conference, best team in the league was the Pacers. That's surprising. Paul George gets his 30 points per game, goes back to the Pacers and starts dominating the league again with Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. I guess that's a decent team. Boston Celtics do their thing. Nothing really changed there for the team. Brooklyn Nets are the worst in the league with Caris LeVert and Jared Allen. That's surprising. Washington Wizards don't do good either, as expected. Orlando Magic don't do good. New York Knicks don't do good, even though I gave them back Kristaps Porzingis, but I guess they lost Jalen Brunson. And then Miami Heat don't do good either. They lost Jimmy Butler. As for the league leaders, who did the best in the league? Who did the best in the league? Luka Doncic with 38, Giannis with 32, Donovan Mitchell does the third with 32, Bradley Beal still does his thing, but obviously his team is not there to support him. Steph Curry, Paul George, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum. And then as for the playoffs, let's see who wins this. Let's simulate the play and who wins, who goes to the playoffs. The Clippers are eliminated, the Hornets are eliminated, the Mavericks are eliminated, the Cavs are eliminated. So the Cavs don't make it. So LeBron James and Kyrie Irving do not get into the playoffs. That is very surprising. So we got the Bucks and the Celtics. That's a good rematch right there. See what happens here. Who's going to advance, who's not going to advance. San Antonio Spurs, Kawhi does not advance. Detroit Pistons do not advance with Chris Middleton. Portland, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum get eliminated. Trae Young gets eliminated. Utah Jazz, Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert get eliminated in the first round. I guess they're still keeping their streak alive, getting eliminated in the first round. Toronto Raptors with DeMar DeRozan gets bad. Giannis beats the Boston Celtics. Golden State Curry gets eliminated as well. Whoa. We got a 4-1, 4-2, 4-1, 4-3. We had a game 7 over here. How close is this game 7? I just simulated around. Did not mean to do that. But the Nuggets beat them. The Pelicans win. The Bucks get eliminated by the Sixers. The Pacers are gone. So, okay. Over here we got Joel Embiid and Drew Holiday and Tyrese Maxey facing off against Jimmy Butler, Wendell Carter Jr., Derrick Rose, and Bobby Portis. And then this is a good matchup right here with the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's a good matchup right there. This could go either way, to be honest. So my game by, I was just looking around. Who is going to get through? The Bulls get eliminated. It's 3-3 over there. Game 7 goes to the Sixers, and Game 7 goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves over there. How close are these games? Zach LaVine up. They lose by 4. The Oklahoma City Thunder lose by 4 with James Harden and Kevin Durant doing their thing. Where the heck is Ben Simmons? Am I blind? Ben Simmons isn't even here. Wait, Ben Simmons went on. I am so dumb. I was looking at James Harden. I was thinking about Ben Simmons. Don't mind me. But Thunder lose by 4. Zach LaVine 27. Good stuff there. As for over here, the Sixers beat them by 1 point. Christian Wood goes off. Oh, there's Ben Simmons. He dropped 14. Joel Embiid had a horrible game. Well, to his standards, he only shot 6 shots in the game, so which is kind of surprising. The Bulls, Jimmy Butler did everything in his power. The rest of his players did absolutely nothing. And now we go into the NBA Finals. We have the Timberwolves versus the Sixers. I can see this going to the Timberwolves. They win game 1. They win game 2. They lose game 3. We have a game 5 coming up. It goes to the Timberwolves. Are we going to get a game 7, or are the Timberwolves going to eliminate the Sixers? We go to a game 7. Let's simulate this game. Let's see who wins. We have the 76ers up early. The Timberwolves take it by a little bit. They start going ahead. It's getting out of hand for the 76ers at the moment. They are down by like 10. They have to make a fourth quarter comeback, and I don't think that's going to happen. The Timberwolves drop 146 on them in Game 7, and the Timberwolves win the championship with Karl-Anthony Towns getting his Finals MVP, 24 points per game. Not bad. Very good simulation over here. In this Game 7, the Bucks beat them by 7, and then they lost in this Game 7 by 9 points. It's by 9 points, with Giannis dropping 35 in that Game 7. Let's go to another single 2 win. So we have Timberwolves winning the first championship. Second year, Luka Doncic was back-to-back in the MVP voting. I decided to go with the Timberwolves to spectate in this season. Who wins Rookie of the Year? Rookie of the Year goes to Paolo Banchero again. So he goes back-to-back. Andre Drummond gets 6th Man of the Year this time, averaging a double-double for the Bulls. Defensive Player of the Year goes to LeBron James this time, so he goes there, gets 25 points per game and 11 rebounds. Daniel Gafford, Most Improved, and Billy Donovan, coach of the Thunder, I think. I could be wrong by saying that. I probably am. Goes 57-27. Or 57-25, whatever team that is. looks like the same for the All-NBA first team, second team, and LaMelo Ball is on the third team now. As for the standings, who made the playoffs this time, who didn't, did anything different happen in the league? The Warriors do a little bit better this time. The Lakers make the playoffs this time. The Mavericks don't make the playoffs. I don't think they did last time, and the Clippers don't make it this time either. And who's the best in the league this time? Thunder was the best in the league this time, with the Minnesota doing a little bit worse this time around. Utah Jazz going 53-29. Memphis makes the playoffs this time. They didn't make it last time, and they go from not making the playoffs to the third seed this time. Kind of odd right there. And then as for the Eastern Conference, the Bulls do the best this time around. Philadelphia's second. Cavs don't make the play. Ooh, LeBron, bro, this Cavs team is not doing good at all. Having Darius Garland, Kyrie, LeBron, Evan Mobley, and their center isn't great, but still having those guys and they're barely doing good, that's not a good sign. Brooklyn Nets do horrible. Miami Heat don't do good at all. How did the Suns do? Did the Suns do good? The Suns, they did a little bit better, but still didn't make the playoffs. As for the league leaders this time around, Luka Doncic still does his thing, 37 points. Steph Curry, 34, does very good. Bradley Beal, 33. Giannis, 32. And everything else, pretty much the same. LaMelo Ball gets up there, averaging 26 points per game. Look at LaMelo go. Similar to playing, who does good in the play-in? Portland goes. Are the Cavs going to go? Do Knicks go? The Nuggets go? And the Pistons go. So the Cavs make it, and they're in the 8th seed, playing against the Bulls. Similar to round, the Chicago Bulls sweep LeBron James. LeBron James gets swept in the playoffs. What the heck? Sixers get eliminated by the Celtics, so there goes Joel Embiid. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are off into the next round. The Pacers, Paul George, and the rest of them go. The Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young is gone. The Pelicans are gone with Anthony Davis and Chris Paul. The Golden State Warriors are gone. Curry is out of there against the Timberwolves in Game 7. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert are out of there. The Kawhi Leonard and the rest of his horrible team is out. And there is that. So the Lakers advance and go into the conference semis. I don't even know. Game 7, Memphis and New Orleans. How did this game go? Memphis kind of destroyed them. Ja Morant dropped 35 on them. Game 7 over here between the Warriors and the Timberwolves. Clay dropped 30, Curry dropped 29, and they lost by 3. Feels bad. Similarly, the next round, who is going to advance? The Celtics sweep DeMar DeRozan and the Raptors. I'm sorry, Raptors fans out there. Y'all just got swept. And everything else, the Bucks and the Bulls are pretty close. The Timberwolves and OKC. Looks like Timberwolves are going to sweep OKC, and they do. The Lakers get eliminated by Ja Morant, and the Bucks defeat the Bulls. So a nice little rematch here between Giannis and Jason Tatum. And then over here we have Ja Morant versus Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins. Let's see how it goes. Are the Timberwolves going to win both finals? I wouldn't be surprised because their team was pretty good. The Memphis Grizzlies get eliminated, and it looks it's Game 6 over there in Milwaukee, and it's a nice little rematch between the Timberwolves and the Celtics. Ja Morant didn't really stand a chance against them. I mean, look at this team. This team is like absolutely insane. They have Anthony Edwards as their 6th man. They have Andrew Wiggins, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Zach LaVine. That team is very good. And now we have the Celtics versus the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves take Game 1. The Timberwolves take Game 2. The Timberwolves take Game 3. The Timberwolves win back-to-back championships. So there you go. If every team stuck with their guy that they drafted, the Timberwolves looks like they'd be a very nice team with Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, and Karl-Anthony Towns. That's pretty nice. Anyway, if you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.